Hello, and welcome to my new series on where I talk about a movie daily and just give a brief discussion on my thoughts, my opinions. I guess those are the same things. But pretty much what I think about the movie, what I liked about the movie, what I didn't like about the movie, and yeah, let's get right into it. Today we're going to be talking about Good Time, directed by the Safdie brothers, same people who did Uncut Gems, and it came out in 2017. This is Good Time, not to be confused with Good Times, the African American sitcom from the 1970s. Now, before each of these, I'm going to do a little word of the day. Those can be a range of things. They can be just a word that I was thinking of while I was watching the movie, or, a word to describe the movie, or whatever. But today's word of the day is gripping. Now, I'm not a human dictionary, so let me pull up this fucking definition of the word gripping. Gripping is an adjective, and it means firmly holding the attention or interest, and it also means exciting, which this movie definitely is. And I thought my life was stressful. Connie is an amazing and well done character, and Good Time kind of explores just one night with Connie where everything seems to be going to shit around him. And for the viewer, that's entertaining, but for Connie, it's not. And I think Robert Pattinson portrays his character, portrays that stress, portrays, even his mentality and just how smart he is, very well. His actions are very thought provoking, even for the viewer. I constantly was thinking about what would I do in this situation, and honestly, I wouldn't know. What I've seen between Uncut Gems and Good Time is that the Safdie brothers have amazing character work. They really do a good job of making the viewer feel and care and see each and every character's intentions and being there. They do a good job of making sure that each character doesn't go to waste and has some sort or other role to play in the film. But yeah, in terms of performances, this film had excellent ones. One of the Safdie brothers is actually in it. He actually has a pretty big role. He plays Robert Pattinson, brother in the film. And I thought that performance was very deep. He doesn't have many lines, but in terms of, the way he portrayed himself and his facial expressions, I thought it showed a lot about that character. As for the plot, I felt it moved pretty seamlessly. Thought it was very fast paced. I didn't really, there weren't many dull moments for me. I was constantly on the edge of my seat. Connie's purpose and intentions were made clear. Um, he always had one purpose. He never, went on side tracks, or there were no subplots, or just various other junk to fill up time. It's not a super long movie. It's a good length. It's an hour and 40 minutes, but I never felt that they're taking time away from the main scenario to show something else or do something else. I always felt that Connie had one goal, and the film did a good job of showing him achieve that one goal throughout the entire movie. There was never a dull moment for me. In this movie, there's a lot of unique cinematography. It's a very gorgeous film to look at. A lot of neon in dark places. It's very pretty. And the film actually had a pretty surprising score. And it's pretty much the same as it is. Not, obviously not 100% the same, but it has that techno-y kind of, techno music style. I don't know how else to describe it. Electric, that it had the same as in Uncut Gems, the other movie directed by the Safdie brothers. It's kind of similar, but I think in this film it worked better for me than it did in Uncut Gems. I think it just fit better in my eyes. One of my favorite moments from the film is the whole sequence at the African American family's home. Uh, Shortly after Connie rescues his brother, or who he thinks is his brother, from the hospital, um, he he seeks kind of sanctuary at this black family's home. This whole sequence can be seen as kind of a halt in all the action and the fast pace of the and a kind of a halt in the fast pace of the film that the viewer has experienced thus far. But I think it does a really good job of stopping to show Connie's mentality, and let the viewer kind of reflect on all the events that happen, uh, that have happened in the movie so far. And this is a thing that's common in Miyazaki films. I don't know the exact specific term. I'll flash it on the screen if I end up finding it when I'm editing this video or something. But in each of his films, let's say Spirited Away, for example, he always has a moment of where the movie kind of stops, and there's no dialogue or anything, and you can see the main character kind of reflecting on the events that have transpired so far in the film. In Spirited Away, it's the train scene when she's going to I think it's Yubaba's sister's home, and she's on the train scene with no face, and the baby that turned into a little rat thing and whatever, and she kind of just like looks out the window. There's no dialogue or anything, but yeah, it's a good technique to kind of reflect on the events that have transpired, and what the character has kind of gone through thus far. But yeah, this scene where Connie's at the black family's house really goes to show how the universe, or at least Connie's universe thus far, has been dealing with the crazy events in the movie. We see how his girlfriend, or I think it's his girlfriend, isn't answering the phone. We see Connie dye his hair. We see, the even the black, the mom. She has to take sleeping pills, and while that doesn't specifically have to do with Connie or anything, it just shows how stressful, the situation around him is, and where he's been thus far, how stressful those places have been. But let's talk about that shocking scene, the kiss scene. Oh boy, I think this scene was very well built up. His At the begin, when he first interacts with the 16-year-old black girl, he asks her what her age is, which isn't a question. I mean, you typically ask, this clearly a little girl, your first time meeting her. That's a question you ask someone who you wanna hook up with, but you're not sure of their age. At least that's how I saw it. And in doing that, and just that one piece of dialogue and that one interaction before this scene, the kiss, while yes, it's surprising, it's not completely out of nowhere. And I think I really like that in setting up kind of him and her's relationship for the rest of the movie, because the girl goes on to become a main character essentially, for the next half of this film. So I think that scene was very well done, and I really liked that scene especially. Probably my favorite scene in the whole movie. Yeah. Overall, I think Good Time was a good time and more. I think it's going to be heralded as a sort of classic. I wish more people would see it. A lot of people saw Uncut Gems. That got a lot of buzz. because of Adam Sandler, probably mainly. But if you haven't checked it out, check out Good Time. I think it's better than Uncut Gems personally. Um, but if you really liked Uncut Gems, then you'll get that same sort of Safdie magic here. So definitely go check it out uh, if you liked Uncut Gems, and if you didn't, still check it out. I think this is more casual viewer friendly, personally, but who knows? I could be wrong. Um, Anyways, that's it for me today. Check tomorrow for another discussion. And yeah, have a good time. Have a good time in your day. I don't know. All right, get the hell out of here.